Cybersecurity professionals, esteemed speakers, partners, and fellow advocates of Secure Digital Philippines, to this second installment of our I Am Secure 2025 Cybersecurity Awareness Forum. Okay? I like the numbers that I see, and I hope we will continue to have this in subsequent events. I'd also like to, acknowledge our distinguished guests. I'd like to start off, of course, with Police Brigadier General Bernard R. Young. He's currently the acting director of the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group. So, magandang umaga po, General Young. I'd also like to recognize our 2024 ISOG Cybersecurity Excellence Awardees, starting with Attorney Oquendo. Are you here yet? Okay. Then there's Abet. Anyways, sige. Carlos, Attorney Loris, and our 2022 awardee and steadfast ISOG ally who joins us for today's panel. Of course, there's nobody else like Rookie. Thanks for being with us again, Rookie. I know you're always there. And maraming salamat po kay Roger S. Villanueva from SGS Philippines Incorporated. You know why he's here? I don't know. I'm not even sure if any of you are aware of the fact that ISO is now offering a certification for the use of AI. He will explain that further later on. Okay? He will cover that area. But I'd like to say maraming salamat po to everyone that I've mentioned for accepting our invitation. To all our sponsors as well as longtime supporters, both here in this room and those that are joining us virtually. Meron pa po kasi tayong virtual participants right now. Thank you for being part of this vital conversation. Yes, it's a conversation. We're not talking about just having talk here na nobody can actually respond to. It's an exchange of thoughts, exchange of ideas, a conversation. So, your continued presence affirms how urgent and relevant our mission remains. When we launched Forum 1 last June 19, ISOG introduced a new direction, one that bridges technical defense with behavioral science. We explored psychological priming as a tool. How repeated, subtle cues can condition users to respond securely and almost instinctively, I hope, to digital threats. That has always been our problem. The response, the correct response of the people we are trying to protect. Today, we are building on that foundation. We turn our focus not just to the how, but also to the should. Not just the tools, but the ethics and the outcomes behind using priming in our cyber strategies. With our overarching theme, Priming for Cyber Defense, the consummate strategy, of course it's now season 2, we recognize that modern defense is layered. Technical, procedural, and now psychological. But we must also ask, how far is too far? How far can we go in priming, in trying to convince people? At some point, it's like programming the minds of the people that we try to protect simply because we want them to be able to react in the correct manner. Again, how far is too far? Thus, our first panel session this morning covering the topic, the ethics of cybersecurity priming. So we ask ourselves the questions, how far is too far? Challenges us to examine issues of autonomy, transparency, and third, consent. This needs to be present. If you will notice, it actually touches on what NPC is all about. Data privacy, data protection, but with the consent of the people concerned. So we ask ourselves, are we empowering users with awareness? Or are we trying to guide them without their full understanding? We need to find an answer to that question before we can actually succeed in what we want to happen. As cybersecurity leaders, our job is not only to secure systems, but to uphold trust, the trust of the people that we are trying to protect. So, I urge everyone to listen critically. Ask the difficult questions and reflect on your own organization's practices. And I say practices because some of them may need to be revamped. Measuring the success of priming techniques in reducing cybersecurity breaches. Because while ideas are powerful, data is essential. And that's the very reason for the existence of, again, I have to mention this, the National Privacy Commission. Are these strategies making a measurable difference? How do we evaluate their impact? Not just in terms of compliance, but in building true cyber resilience. Well, we'll be hearing from experts who are already putting these techniques into action. Measuring performance, refining their approaches, ensuring effectiveness without compromising ethical standards. At the heart of today's forum is a belief that we share here at ISOG. The human layer of cybersecurity is not a vulnerability. Some of you might even question that statement. But actually, it's a distinct strategic advantage. But only if we invest in it responsibly. Only if we influence behavior with care, clarity, and consent. As ISOG president, I'm proud to say that we're not just advancing discussions on defense and innovations, but also on ethics, accountability, and measurable outcomes. These are the conversations that elevate our profession and earn the trust of the communities that we serve. Before I close, please allow me to emphasize that this is a journey. What we're doing is just leading us towards a destination. It is not our destination. What we explore today will shape how we act tomorrow. I hope you leave this forum with fresh insights, stronger networks, and a renewed commitment to defend with integrity. Thank you once again for your presence, your leadership, and your unwavering commitment to cybersecurity excellence. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Enjoy the rest of the forum. And, well, I look forward to seeing you again at I Am Secure ISOG X Season 3 happening on October 2 at the SMX Aura. It's a much, much bigger venue, and we expect a lot more people, even more than twice what we have here today. So, please mark your calendars. Once again, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.